I bet you Chuck Norris could fix recycling. Recycling is a little bit like doing laundry. And here's what I mean. Let's just pretend that this shirt used to be white. And in case you can't tell, it is a little bit pink. And you took this shirt and you threw it in a laundry with a bunch of other white stuff. And, you know, at the end of the day, everything came out nice and white. But let's say you threw this shirt in a load of laundry and there was maybe a little kid's red or pink sock in that laundry. And after that load, your beautiful Chuck Norris shirt that even Chuck Norris couldn't protect came out just a little bit not so white, maybe just a tinge pink. And let's say you threw that in a load of laundry with a nice brand new red shirt that had never been washed before. This thing's coming out pink, and so are your wife's clothes, and nothing you can do will undo that. So you've thrown this thing into that laundry with a red shirt, and it is never going to be quite white again. And if you keep throwing it in the laundry with red shirts, it's going to keep getting darker and darker and darker and darker. And it's going to be much less like that original pure white shirt that you had at the beginning. And that is very similar to recycling. So you take a contaminant, so plastic that's attached to corrugated cardboard, and you know the little window mailers on stuff, and the adhesives and everything in it, and you know it's just, yes, you can strain a bunch of stuff off. There are ways of somewhat separating some things, but each time it just gets a little less good. Or you have a plastic bottle and maybe one slips in the batch that has a little bit of a tinge to it. Now that clear PET that really had a lot of value has a slight off color to it. And so if we think of that as contamination as just slightly degrading the quality, or in some cases destroying the quality of a batch of recycled material, every time we let greasy paper, adhesives that don't separate, labels that don't come off, colors and tints slip into these batches, they get contaminated. And if we think of the recycling stream as really, it's a capitalist process, right? There needs to be profit, there needs to be money made, and that clean, clear material that is so valuable is less valuable. And so what a recycler maybe was able to get a certain amount for is now worth less. And so, you know, if we look at the process of separation and the risk of contamination and the value lost in contamination, we can quickly see why recycling is challenging and why we really, you know, this comes down to, one, we need to educate consumers, but two, we need to be careful in the way that we design, allowing things to separate and to not contaminate, mono materials when possible, things like that. So next time you're doing a load of laundry, think about recycling. And Chuck Norris. In the comments below, write your best Chuck Norris joke.